Okay, on a previous clip I talked about the basic biomechanic of this rotation, this pivot. To kind of elaborate on things a little bit, how you generate power, I like to call it the 5 energies. And this is a spin-off of something in Southern Chinese martial arts. In the Hakka arts they have the Seging, the 4 energies, the Seging. This is seen commonly in Southern Praying Mantis and White Eyebrow or Bok Mai, styles like that. And some systems of mainland China Wing Chun have a very, very similar, if not the same concept. And the 4 energies in Mantis are sink, rise, spit, and swallow. And I always wondered why there wasn't a 5th one. Why is there not a rotate or a turn? And I think it's because these were close-in systems, and when they thought of these Seging, these 4 energies, it was meant to be in close. It was a short amplitude. So I could be doing something like in a Chi-Sao sticking kind of situation and sink suddenly, right, to bring the guy down. Or I could be doing something and rise suddenly to knock him off center, but it was a short motion. Similarly, the idea of spit was from here, and it's just putting out short range energy, or swallow to bring in, just a quick. Now, when it comes to our peekaboo martial boxing, the motions are a bit bigger, but I like to use the same idea, so I come up with what I call the 5 energies. And these are 5 ways you add power to what you're doing, just from a biomechanical perspective. And similarly, first one is to sink, right? We can sink, we can rise, obviously, right? Somebody can be punching at me. This is defensive or offensive. So if somebody's punching at me, we've already talked about doing a duck. There's sink right there, right? From a rise perspective, if I'm here, somebody's throwing a leg kick at me, I just lift, I rise out of the way, and come back in. The rise concept. And then the spit concept is more of a go forward. So again, I can move towards somebody. So I move in as I'm punching, or somebody's coming at me and I just move out of the way. I'm translating, I'm moving forward. And then the 4th one is the spit, or to retreat, to move back. If I'm here defensively, somebody's trying to punch me, and I simply give them a little space. I move back. And then my 5th one that I add is rotate, or turn. So somebody's throwing a punch at me, it's coming right at my chin, and I just pivot and do a shoulder roll and deflect it. That's a simple way to think of rotate. Now, offensively, going forward is pretty obvious, right? Move forward with a punch, and usually we're going to combine these. It's hard to really demonstrate them pure as one thing. Usually it's 2 together. For instance, if I'm in tight and I'm throwing a tight hook, that's obviously rotate. But typically you'll be in tight and you'll be throwing your hook on the way out. So now I've got rotate and move back. I've got 2 of the energies. Boom. Same way if I'm throwing a jab, boom, I'm moving, I'm shifting my body forward. I got that forward translation. Now, if you saw my other video from the past on the falling step, if I sink or drop as I'm translating forward, I can turn that jab into a jolt, a la Jack Dempsey. Boom! Because I'm dropping, at the same time, I'm moving forward. If I'm throwing an uppercut, I'm in close. Here, I've dropped down, so now I'm going to rise. And I'm not just doing this, right? I'm going to have some rotation too. So here's my rise and rotate. Rise and rotate. Okay, so for sink too, if I am throwing a body jab, I don't just go straight down and hit. There's going to be some forward motion. So now I'm going to sink and forward, boom, with a body jab. Boom. So all of these kind of blend together and get combined. And the more that you can combine into one motion, the more powerful the blow is going to be. So like this body jab, if I can do rotate and sink and move forward all in one, boom, I'm going to hit a lot harder than if I didn't. So again, think of it that way. 5 energies. Sink, rise, rotate, move forward, move back. And the more of those I can combine into one, the more power I'm going to be able to generate. So that's the 5 energies of peekaboo martial boxing.